Good afternoon, student. Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, students. So, in the previous class, I have explained actually what is a business. What is a business and its concepts I have explained over there. So, today I am going to discuss about the objectives of business. Objectives of business here. Okay, and it is very important question for a long 12 marks you will be having each question contains 12 marks ma. So here it is important that paper pattern regarding the paper pattern I will explain afterwards. Okay, so but it is very objectives of business very important for the long question. Listen carefully here. So actually, what is the meaning of objectives of business? The activity which deal in production and exchange of goods and services with the aim of objective earning a profit is business. Okay, actually why business will be starting, the first main motive will be a profit, and its objective is also profit. Okay, why each and everyone they will be working, they will be starting, for what purpose they will be doing, for earning money, yes or no? So that is one of the main goal or one of the main objective of the business. One of the main objective of the business it is. Okay, so here even with profit, they will be having a certain other objectives also. So what are those objectives? Today we are going to discuss. Okay, first business objectives. Business objectives, it has been divided into 4 types, nothing but it has classified into 4 types: economic objectives, human objectives, social objectives, and national objectives. Okay, so first today we are going to discuss with the economic objectives. So in economic objectives, what we will be having is first profit earning. Okay, first profit earning, nothing but as per the economic is nothing but wealth economic is nothing but a wealth. Regarding that we will be discussing here. So profit earning, okay, why it is called as a profit earning? For starting a business itself, for what purpose they will be starting? For earning profit. If they are earning profit only, they can survive in the business. They can survive, nothing but the businessman, he can survive in the business, he can expand the business, he can diversify the business, okay, nothing but if suppose we have started the business, means our main motive should be first earning. Okay, earning should be there. After earnings only we can expand, we can survive in the business, we can diversify in the business. All things they can be done in the business. Okay, that is the first one. Next, coming to the production of goods. Yes, if suppose we have started the business, compulsory there should be a production of goods. Okay, yes or no? Here how the goods should be produced means as per the requirement and taste and preferences of the consumers. In that way only we have to produce the goods, nothing but as per the consumers customer satisfaction, his preferences, his taste, according to that only we have to produce the goods. Okay, if suppose you are not producing goods as per the requirement, means what is the need for producing that kind of goods? No, it is not possible. So that's why what we have to do, we have to produce the goods in that way that the goods should be liked by whom? By the customers. Okay, next, creating markets. Okay, here creating markets, how we can create the market? Not only producing the goods is not enough the produced goods, the goods should be sold in the market. Goods should be sold in that market. That for that purpose the businessman, what he has to do, he has to create the market. Nothing but how he can create the market? He has to advertise his product. Then only he can sell the product. He has to find the new customers, he has to find the new consumers for these products. So he has to increase his sales. If he has to increase his sales, then only he will be getting a profits. Okay, next, technological improvements means here the businessman regularly he has to follow the trend. He has to use latest methods for production. What he has to do? He has to use the latest methods for production. In that way he has to improve. If suppose he is following same the old traditional way, what happens? The competitors they will increase their business. So here the businessman, he has to see that as per technology he has to make the improvements in his business. Okay, and then only he can survive in the business. Okay, nothing but he has to produce quality of goods. At lower prices. In that way he has to improve his technology. Next, innovation. Innovation means nothing but for producing the goods. For producing goods, he has to innovate new things. He has to innovate. Okay, nothing but or else. If he can innovate the new goods also. He can innovate the new goods. He can innovate the new goods for improving his profit. Okay, survival and growth. Survival and growth means nothing but here in a business organization there will be many problems. So by facing all those things, nothing but business itself is a risk. Business itself is only a risk. Market, there will be a competitors. There will be competitors in the markets. So all these things should be faced, and he has to take as a challenges, and then only he can move forward. Okay, then only he can move forward. Nothing but he has to face the challenges, he has to improve the business, he has to bear the losses, and he has to plan in that way that he has to survive in the market. Okay, he has to challenge his competitors. Those all things said. Okay, so here survival and growth is also one of the important objective in case of business objectives. Okay, next coming to the human objectives. Okay, human objectives nothing but a businessman. Next coming to the human objectives, ma'am. Human objectives is nothing but a businessman. Even he has to think about the human also. He has to think about the human also. So here first objective is welfare of the employees. In case of human objective, first objective is what, ma? Welfare of the employees. Even he has to take care of his employees also. Okay, if suppose his profits are increasing, he has to reward or appreciate his employees also. Okay, and then only the employees, what they will be motivated, and they will work more hard. Work more hard, ma. So that's what here here the organizer, so the businessman, he has not only see the profits, even he has to take care of his employees. In what way he can take care of his employees? If suppose he is getting a profit, okay, by that profits he can give a bonus. He can if suppose an employee is working more efficient, okay, efficient, he can reward him, he can appreciate him. In that way he can motivate the workers. Okay, next, satisfaction of consumers. So how the consumers will be satisfied means the goods should be nice, and the quality of goods should be good, and its cost also should be reasonable. Then the consumers will also be satisfied. Next, satisfaction of shareholder. Satisfaction of shareholder means here nothing but the person who is investing in that company, he will become a shareholder, ma. So here how the businessman he can satisfy the shareholders means nothing but if profits are getting to the shareholder, he has to pay the dividend. Dividend to them. Okay, and he has to regularly inform about the business profits also. He has to inform about business regularly, what are the investments are there in the business, how much returns they are getting. All should be informed to whom? To the shareholders. Okay, then only the shareholders, what they will do, they will be satisfied, then they will invest more in that company. Okay, how the shareholders will be satisfied, ma? If suppose a businessman is getting a profit, he can satisfy the shareholders by giving a bonus, or else by giving a more percentage of dividend. In that way he can satisfy the shareholders. Next, helpful to the government. So how the businessman will be helpful to the government means nothing but the businessman regularly has to pay the taxes. In that way it will be helpful to whom? To the government. Okay, he should not avoid the taxes as per the rules and regulations which are given by the government. Those all things he has to follow, and he has to pay the taxes to whom? To the government. Okay, that is in case of human objectives. Okay, and next coming to the social objectives. So what is the meaning of social object? So what are the contents in the social objectives means first, supply of quality goods. First, supply of social means nothing but society, ma. Society, as per the society, what the businessman he has to take care means first, supply of quality goods. Nothing but the goods which are supplied by the businessman should be quality. Nothing but should be quality and reasonable. At reasonable price it should be there. Next, creation of employment. How the businessman he can create the employment, ma? He has to expand the business, and he has to give the more job opportunities to the whom? To the unemployed persons. Okay, in that way he can create the employees. If suppose he is getting a profits, what he has to do? He has to expand the business. After expanding the business, what happens? here the staffing requirement will be there. Staffing requirement will be there. So nothing but he has to employ the more persons. Next, cooperation with the government. So how we can cooperate with the government? Same what the point I have explained here, again the same point will be there. So here a businessman, how we can cooperate with the problem? Nothing but the business which is done by whom, that business should not affect to the society, and as per the business which he is doing, it should be as per the rules and regulations of this rules and regulations of the government, and regularly the businessman he has to pay the taxes. Next, utilization of resources. So here utilization of resources means the resources which are nothing but the natural resources which are there, or they should be used correctly. They should be used correctly. They should not waste. The wastage should be not the wastage should not be there. Okay, in that way they have to utilize. In that way they have to utilize. Nothing but if suppose material is there, the material is used as per the requirement of the production. The material should not waste. The material should not be used as a waste purpose. How much of material is required for that production? Only that much of material they have to purchase and they have to use for the production. Okay, more material they have to not purchase. More material they should not purchase, and less production they have to do, and material should be wasted. In that way should not be there. Okay, that is but the resources are mainly in case of resources will be money, material, machine, man. These are comes under the resources. These resources they have to use in a proper way. Next, production and availability of goods. Production and availability of goods means here the goods should be produced as per the requirement of the consumers. Okay, so nothing but here the goods which they have produced, those goods should be available to the consumers. Okay, available. There should not be a short loss, nothing but stock loss. Okay, in that way less stock should not be there. Nothing but the production should be made as per the requirements of the consumer immediately. If suppose the staff if suppose the stock which they have produced is over, immediately they have to cover that stock. Immediately they have to produce that stock. In that way, nothing but here as per the requirements of the home, to the consumers, the stock should be nothing but demand. If demand is there, automatically they have to produce more goods. Okay, so here they should not do any shortage of the goods. That is in case of social objectives. Next, coming to the national objectives. In case of national objectives, what is first one is development of small entrepreneurs. Nothing but here we will be having different kinds of businessman, large scale, small scale, medium scales. Okay, so here the large scale business, what they have to do means even they have to help the small scale business organizations also. They have to help for developing those small scale units. Nothing but the large scale business will be there. They have to help to develop the small scale business. That is for national. And national wise, how the businessman he has to help to the society. Okay, next one, national self-sufficiency. What is the meaning of national self-sufficiency? Means if the goods which are produced in our country, first they should be sufficient to our country, then only the remaining should be exported to the another countries. That is national self-sufficiency. Okay, the goods which we have produced in our country, though first of all those goods should be sufficient to our country. After that they have to export to the another country. That is a point here. Development of skilled personnel. So what is the meaning of development of skilled personnel here? So development of skilled personnel is nothing but the employees should be given a train. The employees, nothing but the staff which they have recruited for them. First of all, the company has to give them the training. Okay, training to their employees. Okay, their personal skills, what are the personal skills, and everything should be given. And what happens? Then only they can work hard in the organization. Once again, I will explain this point. Development of skilled person. Development of skilled person is nothing but here the business organization, how it should be there means first of all they have to recruit the correct person in that organization, and that for that person they have to give a proper training. If they are giving a proper training, only he will be knowing about the business and everything. Yes or no? And and what happens? He will develop his personal skills, and he will work more hard for the organization. So this is the objectives of business. This part is objectives of business. Once again I will saying very important question. Okay, if you have any doubts you can WhatsApp me or you can call me. Bye.